Heroes do good things, and villains do bad things, but the world is not black and white. No one is completely right, and no one is completely wrong. Some bad people pretend to be good to do bad things, and such villains are the most dangerous. However, for such villains, sometimes some good people have to choose the path of bad, and these are called anti-heroes, whom even the strongest villains fear. Like Lex Luthor knows that even if Superman catches him doing wrong, he will not kill him. Joker knows that even if Batman catches him while burning the world, he will still go to Arkham. Any street-level villain, if caught by Spider-Man, knows that he will hear two jokes and then Spider-Man will put him in jail. But if an anti-hero comes here, like Moon Knight, Black Adam, or Deadpool, then villains know that now nothing can save them, because anti-heroes do not know the way to any jail. And today, we are going to rank these anti-heroes and their teams. So without any delay, let's start. Number 10, Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad, whose official name is Task Force X, it was a government-sanctioned black ops unit whose job was to deal with threats that normal people would never go to face. But to do this job, Argus director Amanda Waller used a creative method where she picked meta-individuals who had criminal records and assigned them these missions, where they had only one ultimatum: either complete the mission or lose your life. Now, in such life-and-death situations, the criminals who were once famous for bad work decided that now they will also complete work that benefits everyone. Now, in this list, Suicide Squad is the only team whose members do not even have the M of morality. To complete their assigned tasks, they can create massacres, they can illegally invade countries, they can run covert missions, and in fact, they do not hesitate to even kill their own teammates. So Task Force X is made of such anti-heroes who just scratch the surface of being anti-heroes, because on another day, you will see them walking on the path of villainy. And that is why they are at number 10. Number 9, Thunderbolts. Now, this is another team of anti-heroes, but here there are some people who were initially sanctioned like superheroes, like John Walker, Bucky Barnes, and Sentry. It is another matter that Walker later became unstable. Bucky was brainwashed by Hydra, and Sentry is already a gone case. But in this team, there are also 3 people whose track record has always been questionable. Ghost, who was infamous for her early work, Yelena, who was a former Red Room operative, and Red Guardian, who was once the biggest name against America during the Cold War. But what brings this team together is their realization point in life. Every member of this team has gone through bad times in their life, and those bad times once turned them into monsters. But after self-realization, they understood that they can start their life with a new meaning, but they will not be called heroes because all their life they learned only non-conventional methods. They are not Boy Scouts or faces of justice. They are straight-up mercenaries who suddenly decided to stand for good. The Avengers may not get their hands dirty, but if you need to topple a government, threaten terrorists, or execute practical decisions on a mass level, then you have to call the Thunderbolts. Number 8, Namor. Now, hearing this name, you might be surprised, and your surprise is justified. But is Namor an anti-hero? Yes, absolutely. Namor stands for the interests of his people, but his acts of anti-heroism are never small-scale. Namor is not someone who steals or snatches chains in a dark street. You can call Namor an Earth supremacist, because all his acts of heroism happen when there is a greater threat to Earth. Namor is so protective about Earth that he can go to any extent to save it, and that is why he was included in the Illuminati team in comics, because Reed Richards and Doctor Strange know that sometimes decisions must be taken that only someone like Namor can take. And it has happened. So in 2015's Secret Wars, when Illuminati finds that the only way to stop incursion is to destroy another alternate Earth first so that Earth 616 can survive. But no one takes the moral responsibility to execute this plan, because people also live on that alternate Earth. So how can heroes agree to kill them? Then Namor decides that if he has to become the devil to save his Earth, he will not hesitate. And then he destroys an entire alternate universe. When Illuminati gets angry at this, Namor leaves the team and forms his own team called Cabal, whose job is to destroy other universes to save their own. Number 7, Black Adam. Now this is the most brutal anti-hero. Black Adam is not an anti-hero in the conventional sense. You can call this character a complex anti-hero. Originally, Black Adam was introduced in comics as a villain, where he was always the enemy of the Wizard's champion, Shazam. But from early 2000s, his character was changed. He was given an anti-hero type dynamic, where he is an ancient champion of the city of Kahndaq, who freed the people there and killed the king who was enslaving them. Black Adam is both a hero and a messiah for the people of Kahndaq. At the same time, he rules Kahndaq and makes sure that his kingdom and people do not face any problems. But what makes Black Adam an anti-hero is that sometimes for the good of his people, he chooses brutal ways. He crushes his enemies, and his actions are so violent that he is always in conflict with conventional heroes. But in comics, it is also shown that Black Adam has a sense of justice and honor, because many times he has even joined the Justice League for a greater cause. So for his people, Black Adam is like a god and a savior.
Number 6. Ghost Rider, the Spirit of Vengeance. Ghost Rider is an ancient being who belongs to the mystical realm. Zarathos, or the Unbound Ghost Rider, is the entity who has always been an enemy of Mephisto. Ghost Rider's retcon origin story is that Zarathos was once a heavenly angel who was considered the spirit of justice, but Mephisto captured him and tortured him so much in hell that Zarathos lost control over himself and became only hungry for revenge. After that, he was called the Spirit of Vengeance. When Zarathos is bonded with a human host, then we get Ghost Rider, a trans-dimensional, powerful, mystical being who is almost immortal. He cannot be injured. He can be killed only in 2 ways, either by taking him to heaven or by a weapon made in heaven. Otherwise, there is no way, and no superhero can even scratch Ghost Rider. But what makes Ghost Rider an anti-hero is his unforgiving nature. There is no word like forgiveness in his dictionary. He punishes people for every sin in equal measure. If someone's sins are less, then they may survive after going through Ghost Rider's penance stare. But if someone's sins are too much, then Ghost Rider's penance stare burns their soul completely.
Number 5. Peacemaker and Vigilante. Now you might be thinking why I did not take the whole team, because in that team, these two show the most anti-hero characteristics. From Suicide Squad movie, we saw that Christopher Smith, also known as Peacemaker, is a peace-loving maniac. He has no moral code if it comes to maintaining peace. He said in the movie that he can do anything, even if he has to kill criminals or even innocent people. He sees no difference, because his goal is only to protect peace. And because of this, he kills Rick Flag Jr. without hesitation. Now, if we talk about Vigilante, you will realize how morally extreme he is. When in Season 1 he tells Chris that whenever he sees someone committing a crime, no matter how small the crime is, he brutally kills them, and he actually enjoys doing it. But even after hearing this, you cannot fully call Vigilante a villain, because his moral code is still very strong. So strong that he will borrow money to eat a burger, but will not touch money earned from wrong work. In fact, if you ask me to rank Peacemaker and Vigilante, I will consider Vigilante a better anti-hero, because Peacemaker has shown regret many times, but Vigilante has no emotion like regret at all.
Number 4. Moon Knight.
Now, among all the people in this list, and even the ones coming ahead, no one is even close to Moon Knight. If we talk only about brutality, Moon Knight believes in violence and brutality so much that he calls himself the Fist of Khonshu, meaning he is an agent of punishment and justice who has come to deliver punishment. But what makes Moon Knight the most dangerous anti-hero is his unpredictability, just like his violence. This violence is not because he enjoys killing people. Moon Knight also enjoys getting hit, as Taskmaster himself accepted that sometimes Moon Knight intentionally takes hits so that he can get advantage in a fight. Because of this, Moon Knight's fighting style becomes even more unpredictable and terrifying. And if you think Moon Knight uses violence for efficiency, that is not true at all. Sometimes Moon Knight becomes extra violent on purpose so that fear is created in his enemies. So just for psychological torture, he commits extreme violence. Like he carved off the entire face of his enemy Bushman. He takes out the eyes of abusers. And because of this, not even the Avengers, no Marvel team wants to take him easily. That is why in the end, they send him to West Coast Avengers.
Number 3. Venom.
Now, if we talk about the biggest anti-heroes in Marvel Comics, Venom's name will definitely come. But initially, this character was not even close to being an anti-hero. Originally, when Peter Parker removed his black suit, Venom developed hatred for Peter. At the same time, Eddie Brock, who was already jealous of Peter, also hated him. Then, both these beings formed a symbiosis and became Spider-Man's villain. But in 1993 Venom Lethal Protector miniseries, this character was turned into an anti-hero. Now, Venom is not a reckless killer. He also follows a moral code where he kills only those people whom he considers evil, like criminals and mafia. And normally, he does not harm innocent people and tries that his actions do not affect innocent people. However, Venom's personality depends a lot on his host. Like when he was attached to Flash Thompson, because Flash was a good person, Venom became a hero. And with Eddie Brock, whose past was not very good, Venom becomes a morally gray character.
Number 2. Punisher. Punisher is the truest definition of an anti-hero in this whole list. If we talk about a textbook example of an anti-hero, Punisher's name comes first. Frank Castle believes in only one morality, and that is complete elimination of evil. According to him, no criminal can ever change. No kind of regret matters, because once someone becomes a criminal, they always remain in that state. And until we eliminate that criminal, evil will never end. Punisher works on this principle. He believes you cannot fix evil people. No logic, no rationality, no counseling, no treatment. Nothing can change them. That is why, according to Punisher, killing criminals is the only correct way to fix society. For those who don't know, Punisher is the most hated person by other superheroes. Whether Avengers or vigilantes like Daredevil, none of them agree with his methods, because his brutality and unforgiving nature make him very extreme. No superhero team can include him in any mission, because he will not deal with the target. He will eliminate it, and he never feels regret for it. That is why even Ghost Rider's penance stare does not work on him, because Punisher has no guilt for the people he has killed.
Number 1. Deadpool. Deadpool is the most chaotic anti-hero in this list. Deadpool was also a mercenary who became a superhero. Initially, he did everything for selfish reasons, like earning money and becoming popular. But slowly, he started understanding things and began supporting superheroes. But the interesting thing about Deadpool is even after being with great superheroes, their greatness never affects him. Even while working with heroes, the way he takes actions and completes missions are nowhere close to a conventional superhero. He is far more violent than other heroes. He does not follow the no-kill rule, and he does not have any feeling like guilt. His super healing factor makes his fights even more reckless, where he jumps blindly into brutal gun battles. And whether he shoots others or others shoot him, it does not matter to him, because he is almost immortal, except aging. But what makes Deadpool an anti-hero is his twisted sense of justice. The way he sees good is very hard to understand, so much that even alpha-level telepaths like Charles Xavier do not even try to read his mind. Everyone just knows Deadpool is not bad at heart. He does good things. Just do not question how he does it, because you will not be able to hear or even see that answer. So this was the top 10 list of anti-heroes. Now, you tell me, who is your favorite anti-hero among all of these? Did we miss any name in this list, or is any ranking wrong? Please tell in the comments. If you liked the top 10 list, then make sure to like, and do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys. Keep watching, because this is Real or Real.